In the previous video, we discussed about VLAN and we understood about advantages of using VLAN, right? We have also seen how VLAN helps us to improve the performance of the network and how it helps us to secure the network by creating multiple segments, right? The logical grouping. Fine. So following to that, in this video, let's understand about the default VLAN. So default VLAN, as the name suggests, like whenever you procure any new switch, okay, so if you power it on, you will see one VLAN is already there. Okay, not one, like there will be a reserved VLAN that is 1002 to 1005, that is a reserved VLAN. Apart from that, you will see one VLAN which we refer as a default VLAN. The number of it is VLAN 1. Okay, so VLAN 1 is called as default VLAN because whenever you purchase any switch, if you power it on, by default it will come along with the switch. You cannot delete it. Maybe you can avoid using that, but by default every switch will be having this VLAN 1, and that's the reason we refer it as like default VLAN. And also this VLAN will be associated with all the ports of the switch in general. Okay, and so let's go with the slide. As said, like every switch has a default VLAN in Cisco, like it's VLAN 1, and all switch ports belong to VLAN 1 until we manually remove it. Okay, and all the traffic, like by default all the data traffic and management, everything happens in VLAN 1 unless until we manually create other data traffic VLANs or management VLANs, and this cannot be deleted or renamed. And as a best practice, do not use VLAN 1 for data transfer. Like if in case it's a big network, you need to use a different VLAN for data and different VLAN for management purpose. Right. Let me show you in the packet tracer. Okay. Maybe just consider a situation like you are running a very small office. Maybe you need some 10, 20 PCs connected there in the office network. So in that case, like, and also as per your requirement, you don't want to segregate it like all the 20, 10 PCs are of same, account or group, something like that. You don't want to segregate it. So in that case, you don't need to create VLAN also, because the default VLAN is present in the switch by default to make it a plug and play. Okay, so if someone doesn't know anything about the switch and they want to just increase the number of ports, they can just put one L2 switch here and they can connect all the PCs there, and it would start to communicate, because by default all the switch ports are associated with the default VLAN. Okay, so if your network is very small, like 10 device, 20 device, it's really good. Like if in case you don't want to use dedicated VLAN, then you can go with the default VLAN. However, if in case you have a big network, like you have more than 100, 200 devices, and maybe more than 500 devices in the previous case which we discussed, then even if you connect all the PCs to the switch port, it will work, because all the ports will be working on the default VLAN. And that's the reason, like the every PCs are in the same broadcast domain, because all the PCs, whichever you connect to the switch, when they are connected in VLAN 1, means they are all in the same network or same VLAN, that is VLAN 1. Okay, and that's the reason, like in a production unit, based on your requirement, you can segregate. Like if it's a sales department, you will create a new VLAN for sales and you will remove the default VLAN from there. And for HR, you will create a new VLAN, and for PC HD IT, you will create a new VLAN. Okay, so this is the difference between a default VLAN and the other VLANs that we create in the device. Let me show you. So this is the switch. So enter. So like, let me just put it left side so that, okay, I think now it's okay. Fine. So this is the switch I'm using, and it's a 24 port switch. If you look here, so IP interface brief. See, if it's a 24 port switch, downlink and two uplink with 1 gigs, that's fine. The reason why I want to show you is show interface brief. Oh, it's a switch, right? Show interface status. So if you look at here, you will see like, maybe I'll just make it bigger. See, with the command show interface status, and if you see here, like it's basically showing all the ports, right? And if you look at here, VLAN information. By default, all the 24 ports and uplink as well. Okay, it's not only about downstream, all the ports that's available in the switch. It's part of VLAN 1. Okay, means whatever device that you connect here in this 24 plus 2 ports, they all participate in same broadcast domain unless until you manually create new VLANs and associate them. Okay, and also show you. So the other important command that you can check the VLAN is show VLAN brief, BRIEF. Okay, so if you can check this VLAN that's configured in the switch with the command show VLAN brief, and if you look at here, this is the VLAN one, right? It basically giving the informations about the VLAN. So the name is VLAN one. Sorry, the VLAN ID is one, and the name of the VLAN is default VLAN, and the status is active. And if you look at here, it says that this VLAN 1 is associated to all the ports. Okay, so this is what a default VLAN is. And apart from that, as I said in the previous video, like you have four VLANs, that is VLAN 1002 to 1005. They are reserved VLANs. Okay, fine. So this is the default VLAN, and again, like it's helpful in few situations where you have where it's a small network where you have some 510 devices, and you don't want to create a VLANs. You can just it act as a plug and play, like the switch act as a plug and play. You don't need to configure anything. You just connect it to increase the number of ports. You can just connect it, and if you connect the PCs, it will start to work. The communication will happen. However, if it's a big network and at the same time you have some requirements to logically segment it, then instead of using the default VLAN and keep all the devices in one broadcast domain, it's recommended to create multiple VLANs based on the requirement and put the PCs or the computing devices accordingly to that VLAN. All right. And this is all about the default VLAN. In the next video, let's understand about the access ports and we'll see how to create different VLANs. Like if you remember in the last video, I was showing you like to create one VLAN for sales and the other VLAN for HR, other VLAN for this IT department, right? I'll show you how to create different VLAN and to establish a communication, sorry, not establish a communication between them, just to create different VLANs and to make them as a different broadcast domains.